Why, hello there. My name is Galactic Federation, but my friends tend to call me Gal as a nickname. And what's your name? It's a pretty cool name. Granted, it's a very earthling name, but I like it. It's simple, but earthling. Now, you've come onto my spaceship because you're like, hey, I got some things I want to talk to you about. And I'm like, hey, I'm willing to talk about it with you because we're on a journey to learn more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, what is it that's bothering you, troubling you, or piquing your curiosity? Oh, I see. Yeah, that seems to be a major problem on your Earth. It's a problem throughout the universe, not gonna lie. Depression is really just a sunk energy sort of problem where you just feel an existential crisis that just sort of plummets into your mind and body, and it just sucks out all the energy that you could have been using and just turns it into nothing. Animals suffer it on your planet, did you know that? A lot of animals suffer from depression. In fact, mosquitoes overdrink, I think it was either fruit juice or blood, to get drunk in order to deal with their existential crises, despite the fact that they only live for a short period of time. Nonetheless, what I've noticed throughout my studies of the universe is that the senses are usually the first to go when it comes to depression. Have you noticed that? Where, for example, your sense of smell kind of starts dissipating away because you're no longer present in your physical form or on this existence. You're so inside the cerebral mind, questioning everything, wondering about everything to a point where you can't even sleep, where you're no longer present in what is going on in this physical, fleshy body, and thus you're no longer in tune with your anything, really. You're not in alignment. So, do you want to practice this exercise with me so that way you can kind of work out your little funk? Perfect. How do I know English? Well, we've been working with your planet since I believe the 40s now. Even before then, though, we came to visit a couple of times, check the Sumerians out, and frankly, we just kind of learned English. It's not that hard to pick up a language after 6,000 years of visiting you guys. We also picked up Hebrew, we picked up Spanish, we picked up a bunch of honestly ancient languages that are now not even used anymore. So English was just one of many that we had to learn in order to communicate with Earthlings. Now, I'm going to be examining you real quick and kind of deciding which sense we're going to work on first, okay? Alright, so you have 5 senses, 5 known senses. We know that you have more senses, though. And by we, I mean me and all of the other higher conscious beings that are working at a higher awareness level. So, you have 5 senses that we're going to work on. Your sense of sight, your sense of smell, your sense of taste, your hearing, and your sense of touch. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But there's more senses than meets the eye. There's also the pituitary gland that you kind of have to keep open, your third eye, to make sure that you're constantly taking in new information, keeping the mind of a child alive, making sure that you're sponging up information, recognizing the different feng shuis and flows and energies and vibrations of the universe, and kind of keeping up in tune with it. Nonetheless, we're not going to overweigh you with the knowledge of the universe and, the metaphysics and physics and all of that mumbo jumbo. So I'm just going to be working on your sense of sight first. I kind of sensed it from your energy that your sense of sight should be the first one to be worked on. So, with your sense of sight, I'm going to ask you to just keep your eyes wide open, and I'm just going to be holding this light emitter here, and I'm just going to ask you to keep your eye on the bulb as I move it around. Just keep your eye on the bulb and detail to me, what color is the light bulb? Okay. And what shape is the light bulb? Okay. Can you see any shapes inside the light bulb? Can you see anything that's sort of inside of it? For example, this little like glass structure here, and then the metal wires sort of working the electrical impulse. Interesting. Now, I'm going to ask you to close one of your eyes. Close one of your eyes, and we're going to work on that eye, okay? So I'm going to keep flashing this light, and I'm going to ask you to just focus on the light as I move it around, and just keep your eye focused on this. And while your eye is focused on this, try to keep those details in mind. Really focus on what you're looking at. Look at the dust. Count the dust particles on the light bulb. How many dust particles do you see on the light bulb? How many do you think there are on the light bulb? Open that eye and then close this eye. Just like that. Perfect. Same question. Look at the light bulb. How many dust particles do you see on the light bulb? How many dust particles? Perfect. Okay. So now that we've taken care of your sense of sight, we're going to work on your sense of smell. Now, I'm going to be scratching off a bit of my skin, as you call it. So I'm going to be scratching off a bit of my skin, and you smell my skin, and you try to determine what sense of smell I'm manifesting on my skin, and then we'll take it from there. Okay. Alright. So I'm just going to be scratching my skin. Now smell my skin. What can you smell? Really focus in on the aromas. That's right. It's the fresh smell of rain. And what kind of image does it give you? Yeah, it's like that sort of like foggy gray in the sky where it's like the sun is beaming through and there's like a rainbow, but there's still clouds and the floor is still wet, and it's like there's dewdrops on the grass, and it's like a confusing state where it's both a positive, happy sort of like sun and rainbow, but it's also kind of like, is it going to rain more with the gray clouds and, you know, electricity in the air and whatnot. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to scratch my skin, and I'm going to ask you to tell me what it smells like. Take a deep breath in, just, and then hold it, and then, what do you smell? Yeah, lavender. I like that smell. Lavender's a good smell. Now, we're going to be working on your sense of taste. So, I'm going to be taking this finger. It's been sanitized, don't worry. I wash it every day. Every day, every time, even every second, every moment, really. So, I'm going to be taking my finger, and I'm just going to be plopping a sample onto your tongue. And what I want you to do is just tell me what you taste. Okay? Okay. I'm going to gear the taste to your human taste buds. I'm going to make sure that it really just kind of like hits the right notes with your desires and whatnot, and then take it from there. Right? Cool. So stick out your tongue, like, right. And I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to just give it a good savor. Just like, right. Yeah. Now, what do you taste? Yeah. Pickles. I love pickles. Anyone who doesn't love pickles isn't living life. Now I'm going to be choosing another flavor. So swallow it down. Cleanse your palate. Make sure that your palate is all cleansed. And I'm just going to be taking my other finger to stick out your tongue again. And I'm going to just go and boop. What do you taste? Right. The flavor is croutons. Croutons are also delicious. I eat those like chips when I don't have a salad to go with it. Croutons are delicious. Now, we're going to be doing one more. Okay, just one more. I'm going to ask you to stick your tongue out again. Perfect. And I'm just going to... And what do you taste? Interesting. So, hot Cheetos. It is honestly the greatest snack your civilization has created. Like, that one Mexican janitor that created hot Cheetos on accident is probably one of the leading geniuses of your world. I mean, truly an inspiration. So, I'm now going to be testing your sense of hearing now. So, make sure that your ears are nice and open, right? Just nice and open. I'm just going to be saying certain words and then also snapping my fingers in certain ears, okay? And you just tell me which ear I'm talking to, okay? Cool. So, close your eyes. Just close your eyes. And you tell me which ear I'm talking into. Which ear was it? Which ear am I talking into? Okay. Now I'm just going to be snapping my fingers around, okay? And you tell me how many times I snap my fingers in one of your ears. Right. Okay. Right. Perfect. Okay. So your sense of hearing is starting to kind of get awakened. You know, these are all just exercises to kind of get your senses in tune. That way you can become part of your physical body. Now I'm going to be testing your sense of touch. So your sense of touch. Do you mind if I touch your face? Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to be just poking my finger around and you just tell me which part I'm touching, okay? Okay. So tell me what part I'm touching. Your eyebrow. Your third eye. Cheekbone. Other cheekbone. Temple. Chin. Forehead. Jawline. Ear. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to start a more specific exercise to target your more energetic depression, where, you know, you just kind of have to become more in the moment and more in tune with your physical body at first, so that way you're no longer trapped or gridlocked inside your brain with these constant worries and anxieties and just brain fog constantly. Now that we're more in tune with our body, we're going to just kind of feel a sense of attunement with everything around us. We're going to be feeling a sense of oneness with everything. So what I want you to do is just picture a beam of light shooting down the top of your head, just right there, at the very middle of your head, at the very top. Just a beam of light coming down right there and just radiating downwards all the way through your body, from your forehead to your pituitary gland, which is where your third eye is, down your nose, down your lip, down your chin, down your throat, down your esophagus, through your heart, between your lungs, through your stomach, all the way through until it reaches your sacral chakra, which is where your genitals are. Through there you can feel it disperse down your legs, down your knees, down your ankles, into each one of your toes. Now that you have this beam of light going through your body, remember that you are one, in tune with everything, and that through your depression, everything around you feels that lack of energy that's within you. But then through that beam of light, everything can heal you once again. When you start feeling in tune with the trees, with the flowers, with the grass, with a cat, with a dog, with a fish even, you can feel how your energies and theirs are in sync. We're all in sync. We're all energetically in tune. And once you feel this sort of resonance within you, you realize that all of the universe is just consciousness. We're all just energy and consciousness. So, from aliens, or what your earthling friends consider aliens, because that's me, to what your earthling friends consider pets or livestock or fodder or trees and plants and the fauna and flora of your earth, just remember that everything on your earth is interrelated energetically. The same way you feel pain when you see others going through pain is the same way they feel your pain, because we're all energetically in tune. And once you stay in the moment and feel that energetic feel, you realize that everything that your brain fog is creating, all the realities that your brain is manifesting, is just an illusion of what this reality is. Everything is an illusion. This world has changed and changed and changed over thousands of years. Thousands of years ago, there was the Babylonian Empire. There was a new set of rules, a new set of importances, a new set of languages. And after them, it was the Egyptians. After them, it was the Greeks. After them, it was the Romans. After them, it was the British. After them, now it's the Americans. It's this constant cycle of differing illusions that come along, pretending, distracting, trying to keep you from your original purpose, which is to be in one with everything the universe is. And once you realize that, you can never, ever, ever feel alone again. Once you realize that the stars in the sky are also within you, and that you are them and they are you, you realize, how could I ever be alone? Now, I hope this made you feel better, and if it didn't, we'll be visiting you again later on. Consider this a probing one, and I do apologize for abducting you. Frankly, that's just standard protocol. I mean, it's just what you do when you're an alien, like, my goodness. So if you want us to come back and beam you up again, then just give us an energetic call and we'll come over and beam you up. Okay? Until then, take care and bye-bye.